technology screens. I told you we've had lots of problems with a fellow by the name of Jaime Fernando Gonzalez, Crow1176. And this is an individual, like I said before, who has been committing all types of crimes. I mean, all types of crimes in the United States. Mind you, he's an undocumented, so which means, you know, I don't care whether or not you have documents or not, but if you're going to come here, don't commit crimes on our country. And I know you would feel the same way about me. If I came to your country, I bootlegged and ripped you guys off and stole from you, you would want justice too. You would want to see me kicked out of your country. That's understandable. You know, it should be that, you know, we should have respect for each other. But, you know, you're talking about the late Stan Lee. You're talking about, you know, Marvel at the end of the day. And there's more stuff in here besides Marvel. He's ripped a lot of people off. So what we have here in this video is we have Jaime Fernando Gonzalez of Crow1176. He has a 3D printer. And he's been printing out trademark material. As you can see, that's Crow1176. That's his channel right there. Pasadena, California. That's where he's at. And he's in here selling off with a booth, and I don't even know how they allowed him in there, number one, to be able to sell those items, especially when he doesn't have a license to sell at all, period. We know he doesn't have a license. But this is clearly committed trademark infringement. So these items right here are Stan Lee. A lot of these items we have in here are from Stan Lee. And these are other people in here that he's actually stole from. Let's go back to the beginning of the video so you can hear exactly what he says.
Pasadena, here in California, so check it out. So this is my booth, alright? So let me show you a little bit of everything that I've done. Alright, so I got Bluey over there, Batman, Dragon Ball right here. Goku. Alright, so I printed Spider-Man from Rivals, also Iron Man from Rivals.
So you can see he printed out these items. As you clearly says, he printed them out.
Dragon Ball right here, Goku. Alright, so I printed Spider-Man from Rivals, also Iron Man from Rivals. I went with a little bit of the 90s look. I should have put some black into it a little bit, but I like it. Venom, same with Spider-Man. This crossover with Deadpool.
Now, for those you don't know, we've already reached out to ICE. We've already reached out to ICE with the fact he was attacking our American company. And he was doing everything from copyright infringements to ripping off or trying to take our copyrights, saying nasty things about our company, doxing addresses, terroristic threats. We got perjury on his own LLC. The list just goes on and on and on. This is our new update document right here. So we have to basically now inform. This is where we had the contact right here on him, because he is undocumented. He's committed these serious crimes. But not only is he trying to rip us off, he's ripped off Stan Lee. He's literally ripped off Stan Lee. That's sick at the end of the day. Now, he was just at the bottom of the comment section ranting, trying to justify himself. You can't justify yourself, buddy, when the stuff is right there on the table. Your face is right there, Pasadena, California. You're showing items that you printed. We all know you have a 3D printer. And you printed out items, and you're selling them. And that is against the law. I don't know how that building didn't catch that. I don't know who in the world is running those tables on there on that expo, but they need to be investigated. Because how in the world was he able to walk in there with not even showing he had proof that these items were his? And if your sister says, well, my sister's selling, there's a difference between your sister selling and you. Your sister didn't make those items over there. Your sister bought those items, which gives her right to resell those items. Now, if those items she has over there with the boxes or bootleg versions of it, she's going to jail. If it's not, and it's just regular stuff that she bought down through time and she decided to sell it, there's no harm for her for doing that whatsoever. No harm at all, period. She can resell those items. She has that right. You, on the other hand, do not have that right. You can't go in and make stuff. If that's the case, people can make their own Versace glasses, and you can make your own Gucci this, and you can make this. You can copy anything you want. That's the reason why they had these laws in place. This is the reason why Stan Lee went in and made sure his stuff was protected, had trademarks on it, because he knew people would come in and rip him off and steal from him. It's bad enough that these companies get ripped off every single day. And when these companies get ripped off, guess what happens? Us, the consumers, pay for this mess because they jump the prices. That's what happens. To pay for the lost wages that they're making from people going in and basically ripping us off, and actually ripping them off and making money off of them. And that's what you did, man. You went in, and not only did you rip off Stan Lee, but you ripped off a number of trademarks on this table. Anyone buying this stuff, at the end of the, oh, that guy's sitting there. I knew that was 3D printed. The guy's sitting there holding the Voltron helmet. He's going to jail. Because we literally have that on recording of this guy holding a helmet saying he bought this thing. So if he bought that, that means he bought, and he bought a product that basically is considered to be infringement. He can go to jail for that. This transferred to your PayPal account? I'm pretty sure it did. So guess what? PayPal account's going to be shut down. So for those of you at the end of the day that were worried about your addresses, you won't have to worry about that anymore. This is going to do it right here. This will do it. This will definitely do it. Because if any of that money transferred through PayPal, and PayPal does not tolerate that kind of stuff, his account's gone. So that right there saves your neck. Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. Listen to this mess.
Night before Christmas Mass, of course.
Night before Christmas Mass. Good gracious. Stole from that company. Oh, man. It's a bunch. There's just a lot here. Is that Star Wars?
Just finished. Battle damage, kind of like it, you know. And,
that's Disney now. You know how Disney don't play around.
They're good. Nice.
He stole from DC, and good gracious. Now, these buckets are hers. All her stuff is boxed. This is all her stuff. The only thing she'll be hit with, because she's with him, but the only thing she'll be hit with is not having a license. She has a license, she's good. She's got a vending license, you can sell, she's good 100%. She might have put his name on the license, whatever application to fill out, and her license probably carried him too. That can be done. But the problem is that when most people do that, they'll ask you like, hey, is your stuff legit? Because she'll lose her license for this. She can also be charged for the two on top of that. So this puts her at risk too also. This can mess her up. Hopefully she didn't do that. Hopefully she kept herself separate from him. Because if you got to put somebody on their license and maybe they might pass as two tables together, you know what I mean? You're selling something, they're selling something. You have to make sure their stuff is legit. Because you're not going to ruin my license at the end of the day that I worked hard for. So it'll make it very hard for her. So hopefully she was smart enough to keep herself separate from his. All his stuff over here is bootlegged.
Forever, I think, early 90s, around there. And she hasn't stopped, but now her garage, alright, listen, 2-car garage is overwhelmed. So, it's not a 1 garage, it's a 2-car garage. It's overwhelmed, so she's getting rid of stuff. So come on down.
I see the way she's covering her face too. Jamie, they know you're dirty at the end of the day. Even your own family knows you're dirty. Because most people would be all up on the camera like, oh yeah, and so and done it. No, she's covering her face up. Now, she's camera shy at the end of the day, but she knows you're dirty at the end of the day. And she probably knows you need the money. But you're not selling your collection. This is way worse. You're selling counterfeit items. And you are selling items. Some of these items that belong to the late Stan Lee. You have no respect for anybody at all.
Guys, alright, important. And
Jamie, there are Marvel fans that would die for Stan Lee. It's almost like you'd say like a more of a his fan base is unfreaking believable. There's millions of Marvel fans, millions around the world. Do you have any idea how angry they would be if they found out that somebody was ripping off the late Stan Lee and making money off his work? I'm posting the video because as a Marvel fan at the end of the day, I find it's disgusting. But not only that, he not even ripped off Marvel, he ripped off Star Wars. There's a whole lot of stuff in here he's ripped off. DC, there's Batman in there. Oh my goodness, he ripped off freaking Pokemon. He's in there ripping off Pokemon. Voltron, he ripped off, yeah. Look at this.
The last toys is because that one's gone. I got the Ewok Village. It's for your
Ewok Village, Star Wars.
1/2 inch.
Be careful in your comments section. This video is being sent to ICE, FBI, law enforcement officers. So be careful about your comments at the bottom. If you feel the need to carry an act up, mind you, anything you say in here will be used against you in a court of law. So understand that, okay?
Yeah, but I got a lot of stuff, man.
They will track down every individual that's in there making these comments at the end of the day. Because, again, we know we have supporters who support Jamie on this stuff.
But not bad. Not bad. I got Bluey over there.
Gee whiz, look at that. Professional thief.
Alright. So I printed Spider-Man from
I printed Spider-Man. Did you hear that? I printed Spider-Man.
So I printed Spider-Man from
Oh my goodness. I printed Spider-Man. That's Stan Lee. That's his work. Here, anyone on his channel right now, subscribers on his channel, you support this mess. You do. Whether you know Marvel is or not, you support this mess. You backed him on this mess. Let me see how many people at the bottom of this. Which comment? Let's see what we got here. We got a fellow here, right here. Hey, there's, man, I intended this show and was tripping out over the booth. I was really intended to buy. I did buy the Transformer figure. Oh, all right, good to know. Let me put you on that here. So you, FBI will pick up on you because you did buy something from his booth. Attended this show. Stripping on your booth. Tempted to buy. So cool. I did buy a Transformer figure. That's enough to get you locked up. Anyway, your YouTube channel is right here, right? Reply at the bottom. It's from Jamie, telling him, I appreciate it. Thanks you for your business. Man, seriously, will be. I'm going to do more, not going to more. Hopefully, and I have newer stuff to show all of you. Thank you. So right there, buddy, Chris, that's your name, right? You basically posted at the bottom that you just bought bootleg material from Jaime Fernando Gonzalez. And he posted at the bottom he's planning to do more. You know, rip Stanley off some more. Take more of his hard work at the end of the day and make money off of it. That's what you're going to do. This is the reason why we're getting you out of the country, Jamie. There's so many reasons why you need to leave this country. Because you rip off the American people. And you ripped off Stan Lee. Calling yourself a Marvel. You're a Marvel supporter, right? You support Marvel, but yet you ripped them off. I'm pretty sure his family members are not going to enjoy this. And then right there, a person right there bought from him. So you know what's going to happen to you, buddy, at the end of the day? FBI is going to track your whereabouts and where you're at. That's what you're going to do. And you're going to be charged for receiving, what do you call it? Trademark infringement materials. It's pretty much stolen goods. That's what it is. It's pretty stolen goods. He stole it. He stole it from Stan Lee. And it shows proof right there of purchase. We can see a receipt right here in the video of him selling of the items he sold.
So check it out. So this is my booth. Alright. So let me show you a little bit of everything that I've done.
There's just so much stuff in here he's ripped people off on.
So I got Bluey over there. Batman. Dragon Ball, right?
Dragon Ball Z. Bandai. He stole from them.
So I printed Spider-Man from Rivals. Also Iron Man from Rivals. I went with a little bit of the 90s look. I should have put some black into it a little bit, but I like it. Venom, symbiote Spider-Man. This crossover with Deadpool, Mandalorian.
Mandalorian, that's freaking up. Oh my goodness, that's freaking Star Wars. You got Civil Star Wars action figures in there. It's against the law, Jamie. You can't do that. But you'll find out today.
This I just finished. Bad damage, kind of like it, you know. And
Now, if you made your own stuff, you printed out your own stuff, you made your own action figures and all that, you got them copyrighted, all that stuff, someone can take your stuff. You know, you can do that. That's no problem at all. That's your own stuff. Now, Jamie, how would you feel if you worked very hard and you made this action figure and this action figure became very popular, right? But other people started taking your action figure and they started selling your own item without paying you a dime for it. How would that make you feel? That's literally what you did to Stan Lee and every creator on that table. You stole from them. You profited off their hard work. Just because he's died and he's passed off this earth doesn't give you a right to touch his stuff. And somebody goes in and buys this, knowing this guy's a... Oh, wow. Too much jail time you can get for that? You're going to be staggered when he finds out exactly what he's going to get hit with. Now, her stuff is all legit, like I said, because all her stuff is boxed, as you can see. It's her own stuff. She's just selling her own stuff. And she's going to have any booth you go to, any place you go to requires a license. You have to have a license or a vending license, have one or the other. That's what you have. And you have to describe what you're selling on that particular application. You want to make sure you're selling what you're supposed to be selling. You know, you don't want things in there you're not supposed to have in there. So she probably, hopefully she didn't bunch him in all together to try to hide his stuff in there with her. I hope she didn't do that. Because she's going to be reliable now for this mess on this table. And this could mess her up.
It's not a one garage, it's a two-car garage. It's overwhelmed, so she's getting rid of stuff. So come on down, guys, alright? Support. And, this is what I have.
Pokemon.
If you see the last toys, it's because that one's gone. I got the Ewok Village.
So that one's gone. So basically he's claimed he sold one of these. I saw one with a guy holding one of these in his hand. So he bought it for $500. Jamie, you can sit there and say on your channel that, oh, he's mad at the end of the day because I'm making money. I make more than you do, Fernando. I make a lot of money. I make way more than you do. Yeah. Again, it's not about money at the end of the day. You're ripping off our country at the end of the day. You're ripping off Stan Lee. That's what you're doing. At the end of the day, no one's jealous of you. You're ripping off our country. Do you understand that? You don't have a right to be here. This is what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about. This is the reason why. And the sad thing about it is you got innocent bystanders. Innocent Mexicans are getting caught up in this bullcrap because of your dumb nonsense, Jamie. The guy who's walking down the street, the guy who's providing for his family, the guy who's not committing any crime is being labeled for this kind of activity because he's Mexican. And you're the one who's the problem. You need to be out of the United States. I'm getting you out of the United States. We got enough to get you out of here, Jamie, but this right here at the end of the day is the worst thing. Come on, man. You're ripping off people right there on camera. You can't do this. This is against the law. You can't do that. If that's the case, then that means I can make Dragon Ball Z gamer paint. If that's the case, that means I can make Batman paint. I can do anything I want to do. I can make Versace paint, Gucci, Bugatti. I can do all that. But I can't. You know why? Because it's against the law. I will go to jail for this. I don't have permission from these companies. We have different colored screens that literally can match football players, football teams. Can I go in there and say, hey, this is Eagles paint? I'll get sued for that. I'll go to jail for that because I don't have their permission. I sell any one of these screens and say, oh, this is an Eagles screen and put their logo on this thing, I am going to get sued. So if, as an American citizen, if I have to abide by these rules, what makes you any freaking different? And for those people who sit there and encourage this nonsense, you need to get the freak out of the United States. You need to go. American or not, you need to go. Pack your bags and get the freak out.
It's for your 3.5-inch, I think, old Star Wars figures, I believe so. Yeah. I don't think it's the Black Series 6-inch.
They're going to have to put an investigation on who gave them this booth.
That was an extra. I'm just trying to get rid of that. Yeah, but I got a lot of stuff, man. And it opens at 10.
There's a receipt right there.
But not bad. Work. And
yeah, there's a receipt right there. So he's been selling this stuff. Oh my goodness. It's trademark infringement. It's counterfeiting. It's so much stuff, man. It's not even funny what's going on that table. This is unbelievable. This guy's been, not first time I saw it the first time, I'm thinking that's his collection. That's not his collection. It's way worse. It'd have been better if it was his collection, because at least he could do that at the end of the day. He's literally committing a crime right there. And even worse, to make it more disgusting, he ripped off Stan Lee. Called himself a Marvel character, ripped off Stan Lee. I got a couple, let me see, on Facebook. I got a couple comics sites I'm on. I'm posting this over there to them. This is disgusting. I need to make a duplicate. I need a duplicate video with nothing on it, not saying anything, just him, period, so we can post it over there to them so they can see this. And yeah, Jamie, I'm attaching your address to it. Your address is public domain, right? That's what it is. It's public domain. Your LLC, right? There's Stanley right there. You're disgusting, man. You're a disgusting human being. You're slime. I would say you're lower than slime. You're way lower than slime. This man worked hard, man, to make all this stuff, man. He gave us a whole entire world. I mean, he built an entire world for us to be the dream, and the way you can't explain Stanley's work at the end of the day. He gave us something that we can never forget, and you stole from him. And if you think I'm upset, I'm triggered, no, Jamie, I'm triggered that you basically stole from Stan. That's what I'm triggered about. I'm upset at the end of the day that you come to our country and you do whatever the freak you want to do, and you disrespect us. That's what I don't like. I want you out of this country. I want you out of this country. I want you out. It's nothing for you. Just attack anyone. You don't care. It isn't just us. He goes after anyone. He doesn't care. And when we sit there on camera and tell you this, and he says, "Oh, he's just triggered," there's the late Stan Lee. There, right there. Who gave everything he had to give us something better in life. These comic books, at the end of the day, helped a lot of inner city kids. Gave them another world to go to besides the violence and the things they were seeing every single day. These comic books took them to another world, gave them a whole different imagination of seeing things. It inspired artists all over the world. This man did great things. And this Joker comes along and takes his work and sells it as if it's his own. Now, people, I'm going to tell you at the end of the day, don't take this hatred toward Mexicans. And please don't do that, because that makes you just as ignorant as him. Because there are very good Mexicans out there, beautiful people at the end of the day. I got some of my family, you know what I mean? I got friends of mine who are Mexican, beautiful, wonderful, wonderful people, and that's what they are. Unfortunately, in every race, you're going to have bad apples. You're going to have them. You're going to have very nasty apples. Never, ever take those bad apples and mix them with the good apples. Because the Mexican people are very beautiful people, and they are. And even they deal with people at the end of the day that make them look bad. We deal with people that make our race look bad. Everybody goes through it. And never judge them for somebody else's actions at all, period. And do I say bring hatred on this man, threaten this man's life? Don't do that. Don't do that. Because if you do that, you're going to put yourself in another bad situation. Don't entertain bad for bad. Don't do it. But let him know at the end of the day that you can't rip off Stan Lee. You can't go and do this kind of stuff at the end of the day. You can't. But don't threaten them or none of that stuff. Don't get involved in that stuff. I'm not for that at the end of the day. Don't do that. But this is disgusting, man. I've seen you do some disgusting stuff, Jamie. But this is freaking disgusting. Stan Lee, really. I haven't been back to the movies since he passed away. You're a piece of trash, Jamie. You're trash.